Hi everyone! Welcome to our YouTube channel, Research Ready and Student Matters Hub by Doclin. Okay, so our lesson video has something to do with paano ba tayo makakapamili ng relevant and timely research topic para sa ating research. Okay, so itong stage na to, kadalasan, yung mga estudyante, nahirapan silang mag-start ng kanilang research paper kasi hindi nila alam ano bang topic ang kailangan namin i-explore. Alam naman natin sa research na when you are doing it, it doesn't start with the title. You have to choose your topic first. But, i-discuss natin ngayon, ano ba yung pwede nating piliin na topic na relevant at saka timely. So, pag sinabing relevant, syempre, may kinalaman yan sa'yo, may kinalaman yan sa paligid mo, no? At kailangan din natin i-consider yung expertise ng researcher at saka yung mga resources na gagamitin natin. So, pag sinabi naman nating timely na papanahon, ibig sabihin, meron tayong mga ina-address sa problem na kapag tapos natin gamitin or gawin yung ating research paper, ay meron tayong mabibigyan ng solusyon dun sa problema na yun at makakatulong yung ating research paper. Kadalasan ng mga research paper ngayon, mga output-oriented, no? So, yung mga research paper natin, hindi na lang natin siya basta ginagawa, tapos matatapos siya. Pagtapos niyang matapos sa requirement of our course, itatabi siya sa library. Dapat meron tayong may contribute, no? Kahit malaki man yan o maliit dun sa field na inaaral natin. So, particularly, ano ba yung output ng ating research paper? So, please watch this lesson video so that you will know how are you going to choose a relevant and timely topic. Do you feel overwhelmed choosing the perfect research topic? In this video, I will guide you on how you're going to pick a relevant and timely research topic that is meaningful, doable, and acceptable to your advisor and panel. Itong video na to makakatulong sa inyo kung paano kayo pipili ng research topic. I'm not saying research title, first research topic. Once you have your research topic, you try to study it, and then you find problems out of the topic, then from that topic, you make a title. Ang pinag-uusapan natin ngayon, or ang pag-uusapan natin, ay yung tinatawag nating research topic. Pero may tanong, what makes a topic relevant and timely? When we are conducting research, it's very essential to choose a topic that is relevant and timely. It is considered relevant when it addresses current issues, problems, or yung mga pangangailangan na nakakatulong sa society. Ano naman yung timeliness? Ang timeliness na topic naman, it aligns with the recent events, trends, or developments. Dapat yung topic na pipiliin mo is both relevant and timely. It shows that the researcher is aware of the world around them at committed ka to contributing meaningful knowledge or solutions to pressing concerns. This makes your research not only significant but also impactful in today's context. Let's discuss specifically what do we mean by relevant. It is relevant first if it addresses a real need or problem in your field or community. A research topic becomes relevant when it discusses an actual issue or concern that affects your community or your professional field. Dapat ang aim niya is makapag-provide ng solusyon, o kaya naman makapag-raise ng awareness, or makapagbigay ng mas magandang pagpapaliwanag sa mga problema na kinakaharap ng mga tao sa isang community. By doing so, your research becomes meaningful and useful to those who need it most. Second, it aligns with your course or discipline. Kapag pipili ka ng topic, siguraduhin mo na merong kinalaman doon sa iyong academic program, no? Para maging connected ka pa rin sa area of study mo. So, a good topic reflects the theories and issues relevant to your specific field. Hindi ka pwedeng mag-aral ng mga bagay o ng topic na wala kang kinalaman kasi mahihirapan kang maintindihan ito. Pangatlo, it contributes to the existing body of knowledge. Again, a relevant research topic adds value to what is already known. Ibig sabihin, ang research mo ay pwedeng mag-lead sa filling in gaps in previous studies, pwedeng mag-offer siya ng new perspective, or mag-update siya ng data on ongoing issue. Kasi yung research mo should aim to advance knowledge, not just repeat what others have already done. Even small contributions can be meaningful if they lead to greater understanding or they can also inspire future studies. Hindi yung pupunta ka kay Google Scholar tapos titingin ka ng title tapos kokopyahin mo. You're not addressing anything. How about when it is timely? So first, dapat related siya sa current events o trends or issues. When it connects to what is happening in the world right now, then it's timely. Pwedeng yung emerging technologies, pwedeng yung use of AI, pressing global issues, leadership on the post-pandemic era. Makakapagpakita siya na yung research mo ay responsive and up-to-date. Second, dapat tandaan nyo rin na it matches the current context of your school, your barangay or institution, or your community. So, yung mga immediate concern ng inyong community, yung school, yung organization mo, that your topic will respond to the realities people are facing today. You're focusing on local governance, or your research becomes more practical, accessible, and helpful to those directly affect them. Third, dapat daw it reflects emerging problems that need solution. Siyempre, timeliness means identifying new or intensifying problems that require urgent attention. So yung mga issues na yan that may have not been significant in the past, pero ngayon, yung urgency ng solution doon ay kailangan na. By choosing a topic that deals with emerging concerns, yung research mo can play a crucial role in finding timely solutions and guiding decision-making in the present. What are the guiding questions to choose your topic? So this is a very good question. Ano ba yung mga guiding questions para mapili mo yung magandang topic? So you have to ask yourself daw. First, what issues am I passionate about? Ito yung dapat sinisimulan mo as a researcher. Mag-identify ka ng topics na nagkakaroon ka ng interest at nakaka-inspire sa'yo. Kasi yung passion fuels motivation, especially during long research processes. Kapag kasi meron kang care dun sa subject matter mo, you're more likely to stay committed. No, you ask meaningful questions and then you produce quality work. Second, tanungin mo rin daw ang sarili mo, what are the urgent problems in my community, school, or workplace? Tignan mo yung paligid mo, your environment. Are there unresolved issues or challenges that people face every day? Our research becomes more relevant and impactful when it addresses real problems, experienced by your peers, by your classmates, or your neighbors. Third, what topics are frequently discussed in seminars, journals, or news lately? You have to stay informed about the trending topics. Paano mo gagawin yun? Magbasa ka ng mga recent studies, mag-attend ka ng mga forums, manood ka ng news. Topics that are widely talked about often reflect current priorities in your field of society. Tapos yung pagre-research mo doon, it helps you join ongoing conversation with fresh insights. Fourth, is there a gap in the literature that I can fill? Or tinatawag nating literature gap. Check if there are areas in the existing research that are underexplored, that are outdated, or missing certain perspectives. Kasi kapag ka napifill natin yung gaps na to, it strengthens your studies contribution and relevance. Kailangan talaga i-research mo. Kasi meron kang problemang kailangan bigyan ng solusyon. And fifth, can I gather data for this topic? Is it feasible within the time and sources? Isa ring magandang tanong yun. Kahit na maganda yung topic mo, pero hindi ka naman maka-access ng data, o kaya kulang ka sa oras, hindi mo rin siya matatapos. Consider your schedule, your budget, your location, and your available tools. Because a good research topic is not only relevant and timely, but also practical and doable. Always remember that. What are the sources of ideas na pwede nating pagkuhanan ng inyong research topic? So I have here 6 places you can get research topics or ideas. News articles and media sa mga current issues. Magbasa ka ng mga news para matulungan ka na maging updated ka on current events, social issues, mga trends. Mga relevant and timely research topics can be inspired by headlines or mga reports, especially those affecting your local or national context. Second, thesis or dissertations. Tingnan mo yung mga recommendations ng mga paper na yon for future research. Yung mga previous research studies, especially sa related sa yung field mo, may mga limitations yan. At may mga suggestions yung mga researchers na pwede mong gamitin o panggalingan ng iyong research. Third, journal articles. Sabi, find what recent studies are saying and what they still lack. So this is still a gap. This is an empirical gap. Magbasa ka ng mga journal articles, yung may mga up-to-date findings. Kapag nabasa mo sila, you can spot what researchers have already explored and more importantly, ano pa yung hindi nila na-address. Makakatulong siya para makakita mo yung gap or yung opportunities mo for new research. Panglima, pang-apat pala is policy documents, especially halimbawa for gender development, for education, or government issues. Kapag in-analyze mo kasi yung mga documents nila, matutulungan ka to generate topics related to public service, education, gender equality, climate change, and others. And then yung panglima, community immersion or work experience. So, pag lumabas ka sa community, makikita mo kung ano yung mga problema ng community. And you can reveal unmet needs for recurring problems. Yung mga practical insights na pwede mo ibigay, no, po pwedeng makatulong yon sa community. Pang-anim, conversation with expert or stakeholders. You ask the community, barangay principals, or HR managers, or anyone, authority in the field, talking to those in leadership or frontline position, makakapagbigay sila kasi ng direction sa'yo about the issues that need solutions. Yung input nila can help to ensure your research is grounded. It's applicable and possibly even supported by local stakeholders. But when you do this, it has to be properly documented with permits. Next, what are the criteria for choosing a good topic? Okay, you can use the acronym FIT or FIT. First, it should be feasible. You have to ask yourself, can I realistically complete this study within the time given? Kapag sinasabi nating feasible yung topic, may access ka sa respondents, may access ka sa resources, may access ka rin sa data resources, yung schedule mo, yung budget mo, yung location mo, and even your skill set. So, choosing a topic that's too complex or unsearchable might lead to frustration or delay. Tignan mo rin yung feasibility. Second, interesting. Is the topic something you're genuinely curious or passionate about? Baka naman hindi mo siya gusto. Kasi kung hindi mo siya gusto, hindi mo rin siya matatapos. And third is thematic. Is it aligned with the theme of your program or a call for research? Ayan ba yung expertise mo? No? Dapat yung kukuhanin mong research has something to do with your academic field. Pwedeng dagdagan natin itong fit ng S and that is significant. Tignan mo din yung mapipili mong research kung importante siya at kung ano yung may co-contribute niya do sa specific field na meron ka. Ano yung kailangan naman nating i-avoid pag tayo ay mamimili ng research topic? Topics that are too broad or too narrow. A topic that's too broad can be overwhelming and unfocused. Like example, gusto mo, education in the Philippines. What is all about the education in the Philippines? It doesn't have a clear scope. Hindi mo po pwedeng pag-aralan ng edukasyon ng buong Pilipinas kasi hindi ka matatapos. So pwede mo siyang in-narrow. You might not have enough data or depth to analyze. Aim for a topic with a clear, manageable scope. So anong aspeto ng education in the Philippines ang gusto mong pag-aralan? Second, issues that are too personal or controversial without clear research value, especially if you're pointing on only 1, 2, or 3 persons in your research. While personal or hot-button topics can be interesting, which is really very true, they should still follow academic standards. That's the ethical standards. You avoid topics that are emotionally charged or highly opinion-based, unless you can back up them with scholarly research. So, dapat merong balance, no? Keep it balanced and at the same time, objective. Projects with no available data or no ethical clearance. Even a great topic can fail if you can collect the needed data. Dapat may access ka sa mga documents sa respondents mo. Specifically, I'll give you an example. If you're going to research on the indigenous people, you have to have a memorandum of agreement with NCIP. Hindi kayo pwedeng pumunta sa isang lugar ethically wise, no? So kailangan mo ng mga permits, okay, mga documents bago mo gawin yon. And sometimes it's really very hard for a researcher to do that in a given a limited time. Pero maganda yung topic. Okay? Next is copying topics without understanding them. So ang tinatawag dito ay research recycling. Don't just reuse old topics without knowing their context or relevance. Copy-paste ka lang ng title ng ibang research, hindi makakatulong sa iyo yan kasi hindi mo naman yan maiintindihan. Kasi kung babalikan mo, yung kailangan mong gawin para makakuha ka ng research topic, dapat meron kang ina-address. Anong gap? At ano yung nakaka-interest sa'yo? Originality, even in small ways, is key to a successful research paper. So now, alam nyo na ba kung paano kayo makakahanap at makakapili ng relevant and timely topic? Because these are really very important when you have your title defense. You will be asked, paano ba makakatulong, anong kinalaman sa iyo at sa field mo ng iyong research paper. So dapat maging handa tayo sa mga question na ganyan, lalo na tayo kung magta-title defense tayo. Okay? So sana nakatulong sa inyo itong lesson video na ito. Please like, share, and subscribe our YouTube channel kasi malaki ang maitutulong yan sa iba pa. At natutuwa ako na maraming nagko-comment dun sa ating YouTube channel na natutulungan sila ng mga lesson videos natin. No? So, sinasabi nila na very detailed, well-explained yung ating mga lesson videos ito because that's really the very purpose of this video. No? Matulungan kayo ng hindi lang ng mga general information pero bigyan kayo ng mga specific examples para mas madali ninyong maintindihan ang research. Okay, please like, share, and subscribe our YouTube channel and always remember, we unlock insights to empower your minds. Thanks for watching everyone. See you on our next lesson video. Bye-bye!